बीच बीच में थोड़ा सी रिएक्शन देंगे, 1-2 मिनट में अपने विचार, क्योंकि हम सोच रहे कि कोई सत्यनारायण कथा ना हो, कोई आए और सुने, तो सबकी भागीदार रहे। हम एक प्रयास रखेंगे कि जो सबके विचार थोड़ा थोड़ा लेकर हमारे प्रोफेसर त्रिपाठी जी को बहुत बड़ा ड्यूटी नहीं दे, असाइनमेंट और निवेदन करा है कि सर आपकी सारी चीज को निचोड़ कर हमारी विद्यार्थी को कुछ बताएंगे, तो स्वीकार किया है। मैं फिर दोबारा राव साहब को निवेदन करता हूँ। सर 1-2 मिनट ले रहे हैं, क्योंकि हमारा जो ओवर पॉपुलेशन हो रहा है, हमारे 100 के टारगेट है, मोर देन 100 हो रहा है, हमें अननेसेसरी काट रहा है उन लोग को, एंट्री नहीं कर रहा है। सर आ जाएंगे, क्योंकि 100 से ऊपर होगा तो सर की भी एंट्री नहीं हुआ, इसलिए मैं जानबूझकर अभी 8-10 लोग को जोड़ रहे थे, इसको काटना पड़ा। और हमें देखता हूँ सर
ये भी पॉपुलेशन ग्रोथ का ही इफेक्ट है।
दिस इज द राइट एग्जांपल सर।
ये तो इनका सही
सर
हमारे पास
सर से बात की, अभी 1-2 मिनट ले रहे हैं सर। अभी
लिमिटेड सोर्स है, और लिमिटेड सोर्स के अलावा हम लोग क्या करें, पॉपुलेशन ग्रोथ उतनी बढ़ती जा रही है।
सर हम सारी एक्सपर्ट को, चीफ स्पीकर को हमें बताना चाहेंगे सर, यहाँ पे जितना पार्टिसिपेंट है, जैसे हमारे ज्यादातर स्टूडेंट्स है, बीएड स्टूडेंट्स है, बीएड टीचर्स है, कुछ प्रिंसिपल्स है, और कुछ लॉ स्टूडेंट्स है, कुछ सोशियोलॉजी स्टूडेंट्स है, कुछ विभिन्न कॉलेज में लेक्चर्स है, और स्टूडेंट्स बीएड है, एमएड है, एम एजुकेशन, और पीएड स्कॉलर्स है, और एमफिल स्कॉलर्स है, और लॉ के स्टूडेंट्स है, और सोशियोलॉजी स्टूडेंट्स है। अरे कई प्रकार की कॉम्बिनेशन है सर, जो आपकी ये सारी कॉम्बिनेशन पार्टिसिपेट को आप थोड़ा से ध्यान में रखेंगे, और जरूर ये लोग को बहुत आशा के साथ जोड़े, क्योंकि आप लोग का नाम सुनकर विदाउट एनी हेजिटेशन बोले नहीं नहीं हम जोड़ेंगे। और ये एक उदाहरण है कि बहुत क्विक समय में जोड़े हैं सब, और मैं डीसी साहब को वेट कर रहा हूँ। किसको घुसाऊं किसको नहीं, डीसी साहब जाने के बाद फिर घुसा है, डीसी साहब के घंटे पर वेट करो। ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಸಾಯಿ ಒಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ತರದಿಲ್ಲ ನಾ ಇಸೆ ಬನ ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್ पर है बे थोड़ी अभी कितने हैं ना 100 ही है पूरे बार। कितने लोग को माइनस में कट रहा है अभी तो सब 100 मैंने कितने लोग को मैंने नहीं आ पा रहा है। ऋतिक का ऋषिका छोड़ो सभी का भी हमारी आदरणीय कुलपति परिवार के मुखिया ज्वाइन कर चुके हैं और अब मैं ज़्यादा समय ना लेते हुए मैं सारी पार्टिसिपेंट को और हमारी परिवार को जो मुखिया है प्रोफेसर आर.जे. राव, वन ऑफ द डायनामिक डेडिकेटेड और डिवोटेड वाइस चांसलर एवर वी गेट इन आवर यूनिवर्सिटी। निश्चित रूप से हमारा एकेडमिक एटमॉस्फेयर और जूनियर को बढ़ाने के लिए हमको जो प्रेरणा मिला आज इसका एक नतीजा है। आई एम क्वाइट जूनियर, लेकिन हमको जिस प्रकार प्रोत्साहन मिला है ये सब काम करने के लिए आई एम क्वाइट सेटिस्फाइड और बहुत खुशी हूँ कि इस प्रकार परिवेश में काम करना, क्योंकि मैं कोविड की विक्टिम होते हुए 15 दिन बेड में रहने हुए के बाद भी हमारा सीनियर प्रोफेसर आवर यूनिवर्सिटी प्रोफेसर पंडा जी, प्रोफेसर मोना जी, रुचि जी, विनय जी और इस सब का प्रेरणा मिला है मेरे को काम करने के लिए। और मैं जो नोट शीट दिया निश्चित रूप से सर ने स्वीकार किया और मैं आज पॉपुलेशन डे जो बर्निंग प्रॉब्लम ऑफ आवर इंडिया एंड एज वेल एज इन वर्ल्ड, आज एक दुनिया में जो बढ़ती आबादी एक समस्या रूप में खड़ा हुआ है और हमारे संसाधन को धीरे धीरे खत्म कर रहा है और इसका बाद में चर्चा करना जरूरी है। विशेष करके कल राज्यसभा में इसका भी चर्चा हुआ था और यूपी सरकार ने इसको बहुत ही बढ़िया पॉलिसी लाया है और यूपी सरकार ने, और हमारे मध्य प्रदेश में भी 2005 में ये पॉलिसी लाया था और यूएन ने 1989 में इसको एक जनवरी 11 को एक जनसंख्या दिवस रूप में मनाने के लिए यूएन ने माना था। और ये साल विशेष करके 2011 में यूएन ने के टॉपिक रखा कि कोविड-19 की जो प्रभाव है, विशेष फर्टिलिटी के क्या प्रभाव है, इसका एक टॉपिक इसका विषय रहा यूएन की। लेकिन हमारी जो विशेष करके आज की टॉपिक था जो पॉपुलेशन ग्रोथ एंड सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट के बारे में चर्चा करने के लिए आदरणीय कुलपति जी के निर्देश अनुसार और आशीर्वाद के अनुसार हम आज ये काम को कर रहे हैं। और निश्चित रूप से हमारा साथ जो सर स्पीकर से निश्चित रूप से मिला जुला और बहुत होलिस्टिक स्पीकर है। हमारा कानून विशेषज्ञ है प्रोफेसर मोना परे, ये कानून बेस में जनसंख्या बारे में चर्चा करेंगे और विशेष करके धार्मिक और आध्यात्मिक और दार्शनिक दृष्टि से प्रोफेसर पंडा जी बात करेंगे और रुचि जी सामाजिक पृष्ठभूमि के ऊपर बात करेंगे और राजेश जी जो मिनिस्ट्री और एजुकेशन डिपार्टमेंट काम किया वो भी बताएंगे और सारी चीज को हमारा साइकोलॉजिस्ट प्रोफेसर केन त्रिपाठी जो क्रिटिकल एनालिसिस करेंगे। बीच बीच में हमारा जो पार्टिसिपेंट वो भी बात करें। मैं ज्यादा समय नहीं लेते, हम आदरणीय कुलपति जी को निवेदन करूंगा सर आज के वेबिनार जो वर्ल्ड पॉपुलेशन डे 11 जुलाई के बारे में थोड़ा सा आपके आशीर्वाद और आज के बारे में थोड़ा सा ब्लेसिंग देंगे। आदरणीय कुलपति प्रोफेसर आर.जे. राव साहब।
Dr. Kandaji, it's good that you have initiated the webinar on the very important day of World Population Day, what we are celebrating today. We have recently developed, established, in fact, a Human Resource Development Center in our university. And Kandaji is Deputy Director of, in charge of the center, and Tripathi ji is the Director in charge of the center. And both of them have identified to start beginning of this Human Resource Development on the name of this Population Day. So that is a very good thing, good sign of our university to think on this. So I really congratulate Tripathi ji and Kandai ji who has identified this very important topic on the very important day of Population Day as a part of the Human Resource Development Center of Bartolomé University. And we are very proud to say that this center is going to be organize such type of seminars, webinars. Now I think each and every department has to rooted through this Human Resource Development Center and all their seminar programs and workshop programs and everything. And of course, we are going to give more training programs for the faculty as well as the staff in the office and including the academic sections. So this is which we are lacking in this university. So that now I think we have established, and all these people will help all the department heads will think whatever programs they are organizing. It's a step of celebration of days and everything. So I'm really congratulate Dr. Kandai to initiate this program. And I welcome all my colleagues, Pandaji, Vinay Shivasadi, Monaji, and Ruchi, and all the people who are participating in this today's important day, because it is the topic which is we all are concerned about. Everybody's family, we know what is the growth of a family and what is the growth of the population in your house to world. So this is a very important topic, and definitely we are all concerned about whether we should increase the population or we should decrease the population, or we should make the sustainable population in the country and the region. It's all depending on the resources, whatever we are getting, who is going to use it, how many people are going to use it, so that the resources may not be depleted, and people are not happy with the government, that because everybody is right. In our constitution also it was given like it is the birthright of a person, an Indian, to use the resources available in the country. So when such type of things comes up, so we have to think about maybe the human population is increasing and increasing and increasing, but what is the system that the world, the globe is same, and the world, India is same, and Madhya Pradesh is same, and Bartla University is same. The Bhopal region, everything is fixed. When the fixed resources are there, then the fixed ecology, fixed the atmosphere is there, fixed the resources when they are available. So when that is the one part of the system, and the second part comes as a population increase, and everybody wants to use it. And it is not only the use, it is the different type of usages. It is the overuse of the resources, it is the abusing of the resources, it is the discouraging of not using the resources. When the moment you say don't use this resource, people will always be anti for the government, because the population is increasing and people needs the resources to be used. And the moment you start allowing the people to use the resources, definitely it is going to be depleted one day. If that thing comes again, the same people will ask the government that the water resources are depleting and we are not getting the right kind of water, good water, healthy water, clean water. That is the problem is there. Again, people are again asking that we are not getting the right kind of food material for us, and from where the government will bring all these type of resources for the increasing population. So that is the reason everybody is very much concerned. Everybody has to think about what is my efficiency, how I can feed my family. That one has to think on this, and while not only feeding my family, I should also think about the resources available in my neighboring areas, in the same in the country, whether the government is able to provide these resources for us so that we can increase our family. So that type of thing has to be done. That is the reason, like Kandai has rightly said, it is the earlier slogan like only 2 children is sufficient for a family. In this situation, again maybe UP or some other places, they have again took this thing as a very important issue on this population day. It is a known fact. When we are having, most of the earlier families more than 3, 4, 5, 6. There are families more than even 10 members in a family. The parents are raising more than 10 people. That time they were doing it, but their demands are not that much. But nowadays, if child is asking all the demands, so we have to fulfill. The parents are fulfilling the demands. Similarly, the government is also have to fulfill the demands in this situation. Whether we can able to provide these resources, provide these things for the coming generations, everybody has to think it. The government has to think on this line, and that is the reason they are asking about not having much population, because what is the population is increasing, it is totally going to affect the nature, because everybody has to depend on the nature. The resources are limited, the resources have to be sustainably utilized. So that is the reason we have to think about the future of our country, future of the globe. Like what is going to happen if the population is increasing like this. If we all know about the maximum population, either China or India is a very thickly populated country, and everybody needs something, everybody needs the facilities, and whether we should not be a burden for the government, because government is also helpless some particular day, that whether we can provide these resources or not, because the population is asking, the citizen is asking whether government is able to provide them or not. So these are the things which I hope all the experts who came today to give their ideas, thoughts, so that our students as well as our faculty members get enlightened. The importance of this population day, importance of the increase in the population, and importance of the sustainable utilization of the resources, whatever we are having. So there are two types of people, everybody is there. There are totally nature-based people, there are totally nature-used people. When there is a need for a development, we have to use the resources. And we have to think about whether we are having that type of resources in our area, in our university, in our department, yeah, in the country. So everybody should be concerned. That is the good thing that today Dr. Kandai organized this program, so that we can know what is happening with the ideas of, with the topics, whatever the experts are going to give us, and give some knowledge of it. And we really thankful for the experts took their time to join our Bartolomé University webinar, being organized by, of course, Kandai department is organizing, but we call it as it is a first program. The Human Resource Development Center of Bartolomé University is going to organize this thing, and I congratulate everybody, Tripathi ji and Kandai and all the people. Once again, thank you and welcome all the guest faculty, guest people who are going to give their knowledge for us, for the students. Thank you very much.
सर, आपकी ब्लेसिंग्स, आपकी जो भरोसा हमारे ऊपर है प्रोफेसर त्रिपाठी जी, और मैं छोटा सा कर्मचारी हूँ, निश्चित रूप से हमारा मैंने मेहनत करके आपके खरा उतरेंगे, और एक बहुत बड़ा गुरु दायित्व दिया सर आपने, और हम इसको बखूबी से निभाने के लिए कोशिश करेंगे अंडर द डायरेक्ट गाइडेंस ऑफ प्रोफेसर के.एन. त्रिपाठी, जो निश्चित रूप से हिस्ट्री हमारे यूनिवर्सिटी में जो ह्यूमन रिसोर्स डेवलपमेंट खोला है, और इसको नेतृत्व करेंगे त्रिपाठी सर, और इसको मैं सहयोग करूंगा सर, और निश्चित रूप से हमारे तन मन धन से हम बिल्कुल सहयोग से करेंगे। और साथ साथ मैं आपका आभारी हूँ कि आपके इतना व्यस्तता समय में आज आप हमारी पार्टिसिपेंट को ब्लेसिंग्स दिया और मैसेज दिया है, और आज ये पहला निश्चित रूप से एक सेमिनार है हमारे HRD तरफ से, और थैंक यू सर। और इसी प्रकार आपकी जो आशीर्वाद बने रहेगा। मैं ज़्यादा समय ना लेता, हमारी विनय श्रीवास्तव जो टीचर एसोसिएशन है, प्रेसिडेंट है, वो बायोसाइंस के हेड, में थोड़ा 2 शब्द आपसे चाहता हूं कि हमारे पार्टिसिपेंट को 2 शब्द आशीर्वाद स्वरूप देंगे। प्रोफेसर विनय सर। आपका म्यूट है विनय सर।
Thank you, Dr. Kandai.
जी सर।
I'm very thankful that you have given some time to give opportunity to speak some few words. First of all, I am very thankful to our Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor R.G. Rao Sir, patron of this seminar, for his guidance and directive that the Department of Continuing Education is going to organizing a one-day seminar, webinar, you can say national webinar on the population growth and sustainable development on the eve of the world population. We know that the world population is throughout the world on 11th July. As we know that, as Professor Rao has already said, that day by day the population is increasing and throughout the world, and due to that one, the natural resources consumptions are increasing. So that the environmental effects like the groundwater, surface water and contamination, air, water, global warmings are increasing throughout the world. So on this topic, the many speakers will going to give their views on the above topic. So I welcome and my sincere acknowledge to today's speakers, that is Dr. Professor K.B. Panda, Professor K.N. Tripathi, Professor Mona Purohit, Professor Ruchi Ghosh, and I'm also welcoming to our expert members, Professor Talu Lata, Professor Sambit Padhi, Dr. Daniel Monorat, Dr. V.K. Kasirao, Dr. Padot Pati. Apart from this, I also appreciate and thankful to Dr. Hemant Khandai, Department of Continuing Education, Barkatullah University, who is organizing this one-day seminar. Lastly, I must congratulate to everyone and thankful to everyone. Thank you very much, sir.
मेरे सर बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आपके आशीर्वाद निश्चित रूप से ऑक्सीजन के रूप में काम करेगा, हमारी प्रेरणा मिलेगा हमें इस तरह से काम करने के लिए। तो आप समय निकाला और हमको 2 शब्द आशीर्वाद स्वरूप दिया। थैंक यू सर। मैं ज्यादा समय ना लेते हुए प्रोफेसर राजेश कुमार, दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी से मैं निवेदन करूंगा, आपकी जो आज जो पॉपुलेशन ग्रोथ एंड सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट की जो बात है, थोड़ा से हमारा समय के 5 मिनट में कट कर 25 मिनट्स में आप आपकी बात रखेंगे। इसका बाद हमारा नेक्स्ट जो एक्सपर्ट है प्रोफेसर के.बी. पंडा आपकी बात बोलेंगे। प्रोफेसर राजेश कुमार जी को मैं बारे में 2 लाइन बोलना चाहता हूँ। जो एमिनेंट रिसर्चर और इंडिया गवर्नमेंट की हेल्थ डिपार्टमेंट में लगातार काम कर रहे हैं और डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ कंटिन्यू एजुकेशन दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में हेड एंड डीन है और विशेष करके यूएनओ जो हेल्थ संबंधित विशेष करके फैमिली प्लानिंग और पॉपुलेशन ऊपर काफी काम किया है। नियर अबाउट 2 दर्जन बुक आर पब्लिश्ड एट नेशनल इंटरनेशनल लेवल एंड लगभग जो दिल्ली और आसपास के उत्तर प्रदेश की, उड़ीसा की और इसमें जेल की प्रभाव मैंने जेलर को आप ट्रेनिंग दिया है किस तरह के क्राइम कम हो गए और इस तरह से काफी काम किया। मैं ज्यादा समय ना लेते हैं, प्रोफेसर राजेश कुमार जी को मैं निवेदन करूंगा आपकी बात को रखें। पॉपुलेशन ग्रोथ एंड सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट, प्रोफेसर राजेश कुमार जी निवेदन है, आपकी बात शुरू करें।
थैंक यू डॉक्टर खंडई। Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor R.J. Rao Sahab, Professor Vinay Srivastav, Professor Mona Purohit, Professor K.B. Panda, Professor K.N. Tripathi, and other eminent speakers today, and the honorable participants. I am really thankful that you have invited me, and I will try to interact and communicate my point of view. Honorable Vice Chancellor and other participants, on 21st June, we celebrated International Yoga Day, and the theme of Yoga Day was Yoga for Wellness. And just after 21st June, we are observing International Population Day, and it is not a mere celebration, it is not a mere observation. There is a meaning of observing International Population Day. I could remind the Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Khandai said that there was a discussion in Rajya Sabha, and also we have seen that in Uttar Pradesh, the new education policy from 2022 to 2030 was passed, and lot many things debated and came today in the newspaper. When we are observing International Population Day, that means we are today 7.9 billion population at globe. And as the Honorable Vice Chancellor say that India's and China's population, maybe that we share 1.39 billion plus population, and China 1.41 billion population on the globe. So we are initiated this International Population Day, as Dr. Khandai says, that since 1989, and the idea was coined when the world reached 5 billion in 1987. And we could remember when the first 100, first billion came, the population growth was not too high. But gradually, if we see the sequence, if we see the pattern of the growth, we will see that how from 1 billion to 2 billion, 2 billion to 3 billion, and it is expected that we have sustainable social development 2030 targets. But by 2030, it is expected the world will be approximately 10 billion, 9.7 billion. So the globe of 10 billion, and we have target of sustainable social development and target of new education policy 2020. How we will do all the targets, you see. Remind the Malthus, theory. I will go back when Malthus in around 1800 talked about the population and food opportunity, and he said that population in increasing in geometrical proportion. The population in increasing in geometrical proportion, and the food, he talked about the food, it is in arithmetical proportion. Lot many things he talks on the population growth and dynamic. It was said during that time that perhaps he is giving some negative approach, some sadist approach, but from 1800 to 221, more than 200 years have gone. And if we see the 2030 Sustainable Social Development 17 goals, what is the first goal? Zero hunger. Malthus was talking about food, and the target we have, zero hunger, poverty alleviation, and safe motherhood, reproductive child health. All these things we also discussed in Millennium Development Goal 2020. We are talking from the country who had adopted for the first time in 1952 National Family Planning Policy. India, the first country in the globe to adopt a family planning policy. We miserably failed. We have adopted the United Nations Reproductive Health Program. If we see, earlier we have the clinical approach. We focused on birth rate, death rate. We focused on controlling the birth rate and also minimizing the death rate, child mortality, maternal mortality, and we thought that through this clinical model, we will able to control the population. But when in 1994, the Cairo conference happened, the Cairo conference, International Conference on Population and Development, they said, no, it is not the clinical approach. You will have to adopt the developmental model. Development, social development is the best contraceptive. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor also talked about the water, about the food, about the quality of education, of the family and the community at a large. When the individual will understand that we need not only population, child in the family, a quality child, a child who needs education, a child who needs skill, competence, that kind of a thing, when that will come, then we will able to develop ourselves and we will understand the adverse effect of the population. So the clinical approach failed in spite of adopting the first country at family planning. We adopted the developmental model. And during the developmental model, what we said that the higher education, school education, non-formal education, they all adopted the population education as a component. University Grants Commission in higher education also under the 10th plan, and before that had a population education club that let us discuss population and quality education. Let us discuss population and development education. Let us discuss population and environment in the colleges, in the universities, and in the communities as part of community outreach. Because why we should discuss that even today, what is the positive thing? The most positive thing today that we are rather proud that we are, unlike China, unlike Japan, unlike Philippines, unlike Thailand, we have the youngest population in the world. We have the youngest working population in the world. And this is why the new education policy 2020 brought by our Honorable Prime Minister of India in the 21st century is talking about bringing 50% of the population in the gamut of the higher education. From 27% to 50% will be getting higher education and providing them skill competence so that the level of literacy will increase, so that the level of female literacy will increase. Because if we see the sustainable social development goal, especially goal 4, they talk about the quality education. They talk about the lifelong learning, and it is possible when we provide the young population the quality education. And what are the hindrances? Where are the problems of adopting all these things? If we critically see, if we see the reports of the Niti Aayog, it is in rural areas. It is among the below poverty line people. It is in the slums, and it is due to the poor socio-economic condition that we are not able to make the people at the grass level understand the dynamics of population and their development, the dynamics of quality of life, the dynamics of reproductive child health. Today's mission of 2021 population education is rights and choices. Rights and choices means whom the rights and choices should come. It should come to women and girls. But even today, if in the family, if in the Panchayati Raj, if the decisions are taken by the male counterpart, there is no male participation in the decision-making process. When the family life education, when the adolescent and youth, I am particularly talking about the girls and women, when they are not provided the opportunity for deciding about their body, about the age at marriage, about the spacing, about the number of child in the family, it is still controlled by and large by male persons. So the decision about all these things, about the family life education, reproductive child health, which the sustainable social development talks, which the millennium development talks, that unless it is provided to the women or girls at large, this is why we talk about the gender equality, and we talk about the women empowerment, and we have a separate cells by the University Grants Commission in the universities also, women development centers, women development cells. How much the social outreach, how much the women's empowerment, especially at the grassroots level, where the number of children are more, and where the people understand more number of children, more physical strength, more number of children, more people to survive by accident, because they do not have so much of health and education facility. So they do not want to take the chance, and they say if there are more number of children, perhaps some of them will survive, some of them will give the better facility, and we will have more muscle power. such traditional thinking still prevail in the rural areas and slums because of the number of population. They do not count in terms of what talked by our Honorable Vice Chancellor, that the water facility, the quality of life, and they say whatever the working condition we have, our children will get the same working condition. They will also be the part of the unorganized sector kind of a thing, and they will earn and provide more importance to the physical power and all these things. How this will happen? Because we know that in spite of the development that takes place, India is the highest number of the illiterate population in the world. The parents are not literate. If the parents, especially the girls in the rural area, especially the girls, women in the slums, resettlement colonies, where by and large below the poverty line, socio-economic poor, background people, where the population policy and family planning must be taken in such a situation where they understand the dynamics of the development. And this is the time that we must understand that India, who adopted the family planning for the first time, who had adopted RCH, reproductive child health, in 1999, and who have the targets of zero hunger, who have the targets of quality education in sustainable social development, how these key challenges can be fulfilled through qualitative and quantitative level mechanism, not adopted only by the government of India, but by the state governments, but also by making the public-private partnership. What we understand that it is the government's challenges to control the population. No. Here, all the stakeholders have to burden this soldier of controlling or making sustainable development, so that we have seen, Honorable Vice Chancellor said during the COVID-19, government tried its level best, but certain places there were, problems that the things, oxygen or other things, could not reach. So it is not only that we say that the government did not try, but the situation was that it is because of the overpopulation, it is because that our education, it is because of our health, that even today, when the government of India is giving the free of cost, vaccination, people are apprehensive of taking vaccination. Why? Because they understand perhaps some negative impact will come. So in such a situation where the government is doing its level best, that the effect of COVID-19 can be minimized by giving the free of cost vaccine, we as a people not in a position to educate the people, aware the people, to make them understand the positive impact or effect of the vaccination. And it is because of the overpopulation, it is because of the diverse population, and it is because the socio-economic challenges which we wish to cover. And it will not be covered only by controlling the birth and death rate. This is the time to see how this can be controlled, certainly at educational level, certainly at Panchayati Raj level, certainly at Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. Every stakeholder have to come together to control the population and to make understand the people that look, what are the challenges, key challenges of water, nature, and by and large, the carrying capacity on the earth. There is a limit of the earth also, of carrying capacity of the earth. How much the earth, how much the planet how much the environment can sustain of such a growing population at the world, especially of our country. So whatever the development, whatever the efforts done by the government must be done through the public-private partnership, and must be efforts done to bring the what Professor Ashish Bose said, from people to population, that bringing all the people, making them aware, providing the enabling environment, so that the targets we have, we can do. We as educational institutions, we as an intellectuals, student, teachers, research scholars have more responsibility, not to working among the university level, but to the community at large. The social scientists, the humanities community is the laboratory. So the efforts done by the various ministries, by the Niti Aayog, that must through the university and colleges circulate down at the grassroots level to the community level, and this can certainly be done by the university and colleges through the educational level efforts you see. So, Dr. Khandai, I will do that. I will take even less time. We will have more time for discussion. At last, we will say one or two sentences, that it is not a day of ritual only. We have initiated the thing, and the thing is that how the target could be met. The efforts initiated by Rajya Sabha, the efforts done by the Uttar Pradesh, and the efforts done by Madhya Pradesh in 2005 must come by all the states of the country also. And I see bigger challenges for the university educational institutions, for which the new education policy 2020 come, because the targets of 50% enrollment through the direct or open distance learning mode cannot be possible unless we student scholars will percolate. So how population development clubs under Unnat Bharat Abhiyan can be initiated, how population and sustainable development clubs in the community, can be done, so that, such opportunities can be, reach to the grassroots level and the community at large. So, Dr. Khandai, thank you. I will be participating in the discussion session, so I have taken less time for that.
थैंक यू सर. आपके जो पॉपुलेशन ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट पे जो विस्तृत चर्चा करना था, और भी समय चाहिए था, लेकिन हमारे वी हैव 3-4 एक्सपर्ट्स लेक्चर, सो सॉरी आपको मैं इंटरव्यू किया है, लेकिन थैंक यू फॉर आपके जो थॉट प्रोवोकिंग मैसेज दिया है. हम निश्चित रूप से हम पार्टिसिपेट इसमें ये करेंगे. भाई ज़्यादा समय ना लेते हुए मैं प्रोफेसर पंडा जी को निवेदन करता हूँ, आपकी आध्यात्मिक और दार्शनिक दृष्टि से शॉर्टली बताएंगे. इसके बाद हमारे कानून विशेषज्ञ प्रोफेसर मोना पुरोहित इस बात करेंगे. मैं प्रोफेसर पंडा जी को निवेदन करता हूँ, सर आपकी बात थोड़ा सा रखेंगे शॉर्टली. प्रोफेसर पंडा जी के बारे में 2 शब्द बोलना चाहता हूँ. प्रोफेसर जी एमिनेंट.
ठीक है, हो गया आदरणीय कुलपति जी, यहाँ पर उपस्थित सभी